Hi there, I'm Luann, a high achievement coach, and I help people increase their productivity while reducing their overwhelm so they have more time for fun and love in their life. Now, I remember the time when I was transitioning from being a full-time worker at a job into being an entrepreneur. Transitions like this in our lives are crazy at best and disastrous at worst. Now, the thing is my job not only didn't pay very much, but it wasn't even 9 to 5. It was more like 9 to 9. So having extra time to move into entrepreneurialism was almost completely impossible, but I knew I had to do it. So I realized the only thing I could do was pick one major priority at a time. So I decided my one priority would be to learn about entrepreneurialism. Then I decided how was I going to reach this priority. So I thought I could take classes at a college, or I could attend conferences, or I could look on YouTube and just learn as much as I could. But I decided what I wanted to do is attend conferences. So I lined up some times where I set my goals to go to Brendon Burchard's Experts Academy. I wanted to learn from Jeff Walker and his product launch formula. I wanted to learn from Bo Easton about how to tell stories well so that people could actually connect with me and hear the message. I wanted to learn about the foundation of business from Darren Hardy. So I had all these steps in line. The problem was that I had this huge job that was taking all of my energy and all of my time and zapping the life out of me. And I had almost no time left over to do the things I really wanted to do. So I decided I would make appointments for myself. So in my calendar, I would block off times where that's all I would do is my stuff. And so inevitably, somebody would come up and say, hey, can we meet at this time? I really want to talk about such and such and such. And I would say, oh, I'm so sorry. I have another appointment during that time. How about if we meet the next day? And so I did this over and over again. Now, none of those people knew that I was learning about something else besides the job they were trying to book me for. But I knew, and they didn't have to know anything, but I knew that I was setting aside a time for me because I was just as important as anybody else. So I set aside this time. And even though I had this priority and I had my steps going and I had the time set aside, I got discouraged over and over again because it was so hard. It was taking so much longer than I wanted it to take. And this job was sucking the life out of me. So I would find every opportunity to encourage myself that I could. I would maybe read 10 pages in my handbook from Darren Hardy, and then I would celebrate and I would congratulate myself. I would spend just 15 minutes watching one of my training videos, and then I would mark that down as a victory. And I would find all kinds of things all the time to celebrate, and it was like I was celebrating all the time. Even though the reality of my life was that I was working and I was being drained on this side, but I was going against that by creating all these celebrations and victories in my life. So I had my one priority and I had the steps I needed to get there, and I had my appointments set aside just for me, and I had all these celebrations going. But sometimes I would wake up or I would get home from work at 9 p.m. and I would say, I'm just too tired. And when those moments would happen, I would have to rely on good old-fashioned commitment. So what I did is I wrote out a commitment sheet for myself. And I said, I'm going after this dream and I'm going to make this transition. It's a do or die situation. I will never give up. And I signed my name and I put it on my wall at home. And it actually worked. These 5 simple tactics and steps brought me from being in a 9 to 9 job that was sucking the life out of me into the most happy time of my life. Now, it doesn't matter what goal you have or what transition it is for you. All it matters is that these 5 steps, these principles, will work to make that transition possible. Maybe your goal is you want more free time. Maybe your goal is to start a business. Maybe your goal is to find the love of your life. All you need to do is set your priority, figure out your steps, make appointment times for you, celebrate all your victories, and commit yourself to the process. Now, how do I know this works? Well, not only has it worked for me, but this is a process that I've learned from my millionaire mentors. The most successful entrepreneurs around, Warren Buffett, Richard Branson, they all follow these steps. They all focus on one priority at a time. They set their goals and their steps to reach that priority. They have times in their schedule that nobody can disturb them. They celebrate their victories and they're committed fully to the dreams they have. This is the millionaire secret strategy that has helped them create their millions and have time to play too. And why not have it too for you? Why not have their strategy and reach any goal and dream that you desire? Well, now I know you're too busy to learn 5 new things. So here's what I did. I took the strategy that I learned from my millionaire mentors and I scrunched it down into a very simple, easy to follow method for any of us. Anybody can fit this strategy into their busy schedule. You can have it too. In fact, I scrunched it out so much that all you need to do is set aside 12-minute time slots. 1 a day for 5 days a week. Within a week or 2, you will be amazed at the progress you'll make. In fact, one of our users said the progress she's making is so fast, she feels like it's almost magical. Why not create some magic in your life and follow these steps and reach the goal that you desire? Now, the hardest part is clicking the download button, and we all know that is not very hard, especially when no credit card is required. So click the download button, get your formula. I'll be right there to help you. This formula has worked for me. It works for my millionaire mentors, and it will work for you too. Why not increase your productivity, release your overwhelmed feelings, and have more time for love and play? You can have it. I'll see you on the other side.